From Williams, another Shuffle Alley. Yours is still in the warehouse. Robert is getting a centipede, doing layaway.
Centipede and scramble.
We do layaway, so he's also getting scrambler, instead of scramble.
Maybe a month after that. Should be close.
Good. And we're getting ready for a party.
All right.
Are you hosting, Joyce? She doesn't like to be on film. She's going, no. Yes, they don't like it. There's a centipede we're doing an overhaul on. But what I want to show you, no, not this, and not that, and not this, is this. The Top Dog. This baby, we're going through the final checks actually because this has been ordered. As a matter of fact, the fella has ordered a, let's see, Popeye pinball machine. Very few of them out there. And he's going to get a CD jukebox that we are still trying to track down. It's very hard to find ones that have the newer player in them. That's the only kind we sell. But this game is now done. And we are doing the final checkout on it. Is Steven still here?
He's outside.
Oh, okay. He's taking a smoke.
Do you wanna get hot?
Steven is back. He has an infected knee, but yep, when he comes back in, we'll stop him. Anyway, look how beautiful this piece is. Look. New T-molding with the black, and then I have the gold, the chrome strip in it. It's not gold. Tmolding.com. The new metal from Pinball Resource. He's the only one in the world that makes these. And they're nice because they're beveled here, so there's no chance of a cut. There, look, both of them. Look at Steven. My Steven's back again. His knee is very, very sore. But he had to come in and work on the last action here. Right? And Jonathan, don't you stay away from that time clock. Stay away. Okay. Good. No, you don't. He was actually headed for the time clock. All right. We have a new front piece here. Isn't that nice? We still had a couple of these left, brand new in the box. Beautiful glass in the back that Steven has touched up. And we have in the back here, let's open this up, Frank. Look how nice clean the back is. That's because it's all been washed out. The power supply has all new capacitors. As you can see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 new, 7 new capacitors, and then the resistors for the high voltage right there. No, this is not used. It's hanging there. No, it's not used. Everybody says it's unplugged. It's not. And of course, the board has been reflowed solder, and we have our lithium battery in there. But I wanted to show you something on the newer games. They use the plug-in sockets. Frank, can you actually walk over? We had to take every board out. Boy, is this a pain in the ass. We took them all out so we could flow new solder. Yes, it's silver solder on all these sockets, the lamp sockets and the plugs. Who is making fun of me over there?
I didn't hear anything.
Oh my. It's never finished. Anyway, so a good reminder for us is we put our stickers on it here. This says all lamps reheated, all sockets reheated. So we know all the boards in here have been serviced. We'll never have to worry about them again. And neither will the customer, because you know how those get cold? Are you aware how? They're in the back of trucks going to its location after location, and everything is shaking. So all the solder connections are rocking back and forth because there's stuff plugged in this case, the lamp sockets. And they sit there and rock, and then they crack the solder connections. We only needed a little bit of touch-up on this beautiful back glass. We're really pleased at how nice that turned out. Look at the side art, how nice that turned out. We, of course, it had to be repainted. Now, Steven was not here to do this, so this was done by Tony. He's our new artist. They're both doing very well, and Tony has the creep actually left at 7. 9.5 lousy hours of work today. Boy, they never work a full day. See, a full day here is 12 hours. And you know why? Because tonight is Tuesday, and it's tomato rice soup at the diner. Yes. big ass bowl of it. Yes. Anyway. The phone. Anyway, Frank, come over here. Here's the other connector. Starting with Top Dog and Shuffle In, and then Strike Master and League Champ, they have these interconnect boards in the back. I do not like them. I like the old plugs. Don't like them, but you see they locate the resistors for the flash lamps on the board. And they thought this was a great alternative. It is not, but it's too late now. I never liked these interconnect boards because it's lots more crap to solder. But we've done it. We had to do some cleanup. As a matter of fact, we had to put a new trace foil here. You can see the work that, did you do this?
Sorry.
You did?
Yes.
Frank did this. See, we have this foil now that we can put right on the board. It looks just like the factory did it. It's just not painted green. Oh, the game does that every now and then. And of course we have a new connector. That is burned because the GI, the general illumination, stays on day and night in the bar. You know, these machines were left on, you know, pretty much, 18 hours a day. And some were never turned off. They used them as night lights. So these connectors just sat there and cooked. That will never, ever happen again because LEDs, that's right. The LEDs have replaced all of the GI circuits. That will never happen again. You notice we have the alley out. He hasn't slid it all the way in. And then these bolts go in. So that finishes this baby up. Now, see, these are the bolts for it. There's 3 bolts that hold this in. These machines come apart very easily. They're very easy to take apart for shipping anywhere in the world, actually. Although, Frank, I don't think we've shipped one machine overseas yet, have we? No. We actually have to build, you've seen some earlier videos, these giant, we call them the coffin crates. They're huge, long crates that these machines can be packed safely on. None have ever been damaged yet. We had one machine that somebody piled something on top of. We were shipping that, where was that going? North Carolina? Mm-hmm. And the shipping company, everything's sent insured, so we never have a problem getting that coverage. But these should arrive just fine in great order. I think our customer is going to be super happy. Since he's not getting a Popeye until June. Look at how this puck flies. Look at that. Unbelievable. We're going to wrap this up and put it in our warehouse until it's ready. I want you to see the effect on the word Top Dog. Oh, yeah. Watch, when I get this strike, you're going to see it flash. So I got to get the strike. Oh, God.
Doggone it.
Well, he said doggone it. I got that. And then stick the end of it.
Yeah.
So as he talks, the appropriate flash lamp flashes by me. Oh, that was the time. No! No! No, you can't leave.
Let me see the baby.
Little baby. He has this little tiny doll baby, don't you?
Yes, I do.
The cutest little thing. Looks just like me. Oh, he's leaving. Oh. Anyway, how the hell with him? Let's get back to work here. You know, Frank, I forgot to do the corniest gag of all. Should I do it? Yes. And then we'll be done.
Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out?
Well, the party was nice, the party was pumping,
Hey, yeah,
and everybody having a ball
hey,
until the fellas started name calling.
yeah,
And